I heard a new term. It's called Sing More.
Sing
What's
more.
Sing more?
Singaporean
Singaporean
ang mo.
Angmo.
Really?
Actually, that's
Yeah, I saw on TikTok. I'm a Sing More. Of course, something. But they all
that
live at
trend.
Sentosa Cove.
You're almost there.
I don't live at Sentosa Cove.
You're at Punggol Coast.
Punggol Coast, yeah. Welcome to For Real. We are four realtors with a whole lot to say, but trust me, it's not just about selling properties and closing deals. So let me introduce the rest of the gang. Meet Wesley, the optimistic go-getter who believes anything is possible with a bit of manifestation magic. Nicole, our cheerful, charismatic mother and seasoned realtor with stories for days. Shannon, our resident Gen Zer, keeping us in check in case the rest of us say anything too cringe. And I'm Fraser, your localized Angmo, jack of all trades but a master of none. We're diving into anything and everything, so grab a snack, get comfy, and let's get real. Happy National Day. Well, it's already passed, so did you guys watch?
Yeah,
Honestly,
Honestly?
I didn't.
Hey.
While the fireworks were going off, I was issuing OTP.
Okay
wow. Always closing, bro. Oh my god.
So yeah, no, but I'm not very patriotic, I guess. I don't know. Oof, can I say this on air?
Were you at least wearing red when you closed?
I was wearing with red underwear. That's the only red thing I have.
That's sus.
That's my lucky pair. Yeah. Really.
Okay.
So I think my group of friends, we always do National Day together. So this year, I think most are traveling and not in Singapore. The only one who watched the National Day parade was the one who is in Melbourne for work. So he was tuning in and then he was sharing with us the Cha Sao Pao song and everything.
Right.
And we're like, whoa, you're the most patriotic one and you're not in Singapore.
Lol. Okay.
Yeah, then the rest of us were just doing our own thing. So this year we didn't meet.
Does that count? Does that counteract his patrioticness by not being in Singapore during National Day?
Yeah, I think that counterbalances.
But I think the more patriotic now is the Olympics, right?
Yeah. The 17-year-old.
The Max Major.
He's 17, right?
Yeah,
Did y'all go and
Oh man.
cheer the athletes yesterday?
didn't.
No.
Did you?
No, I didn't.
Mentally.
Thought of, but didn't.
I think, but he got quite a lot of flack from the haters. I don't know, it's a Singaporean thing, I feel. Every time we don't win the Olympics, they'll shit on our team. But when we win something and then because it's a mixed dude by Singaporean, and they're saying like, oh, he hasn't lived the Singapore life. First time he's on SBS bars, that kind of thing.
Yeah, there will always be
Yeah.
these kind of people who's
So-
so negative about everything.
Yeah. I have a friend he's Thai.
Mm.
He sent me that post. He was like, why are Singaporeans so unappreciative? And then when Thailand, they win something, everyone just celebrates it as it is.
Mm.
But Singaporeans always Debbie Downer, I guess. Not all, but yeah, there's this group.
Okay, a small group. I think so far whatever I read are quite encouraging.
Supportive
I think,
and-
yeah.
As a Singaporean, are you guys proud Singaporeans? And if you are, what makes you proud to be Singaporean? Anyone jump in here? I can't say because I'm not Singaporean yet.
Yet. Maybe if you air your opinion, more positively,
I am I not positive?
can consider this as your application.
I actually applied already before.
Yeah.
And
When was
then
the last
I
time?
waited 14 months.
Oof.
And then they said no. But please, you may continue to live in Singapore as a permanent resident. I have a Singaporean wife. I have a Singaporean daughter. I live in a HDB. I've been in Singapore for 2 decades. These are all things I think
It's about damn time.
And it's not just me. I have friends who also have Singaporean kids, Singaporean wife. They've been in HDB and they've been living in Singapore for a long time. They've been working here, but they also cannot get not just citizenship, but they can't get PR as well.
I think there's some science behind it. I mean, not science. There are some things you have to do.
Hidden criteria.
Yeah, contribution and stuff.
Mm.
So maybe do a bit of volunteering.
Skill set also. I guess,
Yeah.
Maybe I have to be more patriotic. I got to go to National Day rallies and National Day events and stuff and
Volunteer in
hey,
the grassroots.
Majula, Singapore.
I think yes, back to Fraser's question.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What was my question? I forgot.
What made
Applying to
us
be a Singaporean.
what made us proud?
Yeah, are you a proud Singaporean? And if you are, what makes you proud to be Singaporean?
I have no complaints about being born here and growing up here.
Mm.
And I think I'm benefited from being in a very stable environment, a safe environment. I mean, ever since I can remember, I don't feel like I'm in danger when I'm out alone. When I was younger, I remember going to a playground a lot. So basically, my parents just at home and then I'm just downstairs playing, and then when it's time to go back, you head back.
Yeah, and to add on to that, I mean, I think I'm privileged enough to have traveled out of Singapore because I do see a lot of Singaporeans complaining about like MRT being expensive, bus fares
Breaking down.
increasing, and all these breakdowns. But having traveled to like Europe, in Paris, to London, the transport is so freaking expensive. Even if you don't convert it to Singapore dollars, and if you convert to Singapore dollars, a train ride can cost you like $7.
No, Switzerland.
Yeah, Switzerland is gonna.
It's like 1,000 per person
it's
for
the-
like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
What the hell?
So that one is the next level thing. Singaporeans have it easy. Our connectivity, I would say, is seamless. We are almost connected everywhere by buses and trains, even though we have the occasional breakdowns. And Singapore is super efficient. Having lived in Paris for a year, we open a bank account, it takes us 2 weeks. Singapore takes us, on the spot within 24 hours.
Yeah.
If you have all the documentations, if anything you need, you can just head down to the bank, to the officers, speak to them, and everything is done. I'm not shitting on Paris, but in Paris, it takes so freaking damn long. I have Singaporeans friends who are living there, they are still complaining that they are not used to the system there.
Right.
I have clients who are based in France now. Every time they come back for summer holidays, they appreciate Singapore so much. So I think having traveled out and comparing life experiences within Singapore and outside of Singapore, very proud to see where Singapore has come and what our parents and forefathers have built and laid the foundation for us.
Right.
Yeah, and I think as long as you are willing to work and learn and take opportunities, your life is more or less quite decent in Singapore lah. I mean,
Correct.
you definitely have a roof over your house, your head, just whether it's a HDB, what size, or like condo and all that. But you are you have a decent life lah.
Yeah. And I think many expats, they also, I mean, from what I see, this is not the full sentiment, but what I see on Reddit, I think they are quite surprised that our standards for public housing is so high and the home ownership rates are so high, even though I think some people would beg to differ about the status of home ownership because,
Yes.
Yeah, they say you don't really own it, but I
Yeah.
think it is still it is still affordable. It's subjective. And like we are very lucky and blessed to be born here, or at least to be able to live here. Don't
I
you
think
agree?
to add on to that is that I think one of the most unique things about being Singaporean and also living in Singapore is that we are exposed to everything. It's not just like, not everybody is Chinese. We have our multiracial society whereby we have experiences from everybody. So you see, like we have Fraser here who is a Angmo, which is
Sing more.
Sing more.
which is like, it brings in that kind of diversity and mix. So then everybody in Singapore isn't, we don't live life one way. You have people from different walks of life coming in, and then you grow up listening their stories from their stories as well. So being like, I still vividly remember in secondary school, right? I've had classmates from like Russia, China definitely, Russia, Fiji. Yeah, and my secondary school was a neighborhood secondary school, and yet we still have like different people from different countries moving to Singapore and sharing their experiences, which was something that I think to this day, I still share about their experiences with people, and they're like, they cannot believe it. So for example, right, my Fiji, I don't know, can I say this? But my Fiji classmate, okay, you cannot just edit out, okay. So my Fiji classmate,
No.
he once told me that back home in Fiji, right, they adopted a dog. Okay, so then he went to school when he was very young. He went to school and then he came home and then the grandma cooked some food for him, right? So he was eating, like him and his family were eating, and then they were like, hey, where did the dog go? Then the grandma was like, what dog? What's the dog?
You're eating it.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. What the?
Yeah, and then there was another time, so because the dog was gone, right? So they adopted a puppy because he really wanted a dog.
Killed it, thinking
Yeah,
that
yeah,
they
thinking
brought
it's
it home
chicken.
to
Huh?
eat.
Thinking
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
chicken?
yeah, thinking it's chicken.
That's a huge. Wait, what?
She just thought that it's an animal that can be eaten. She didn't know that what
So-
a dog is.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
no.
then because he was so sad, they went to get a puppy. And then so
Bought
he
dinner.
came back from school, right? And then he lied down on his bed and he fell asleep. And then he realized that he slept on the puppy. Because the puppy
Oh
was
my
so
god!
small.
Can you ban this family from?
Yeah, whenever having cats.
But this is in Fiji. You know, these are things that you will rarely hear about in like cases in Singapore, which I
Yeah.
thought was quite interesting. Yeah, so I think being in a country whereby you are so exposed to people from different parts of the world, right? Like for yours, you have a lot of friends in like Paris and France, and then like it builds our society in a
Yeah.
way, because then
Our
we try
views of the
try
world.
to adapt things, like good things from different countries and things like that, and then we build Singapore in that aspect. So we are not as narrow-minded. Definitely there are people who are narrow-minded lah. But I think in general, growing up in Singapore, we have a better view of society as a whole. So then when we travel overseas, right, we are able to also cater to their views and their opinions.
Yeah, not so culturally shocked. lah.
And we are actually shocked when they say like they don't know where Singapore is.
Yeah.
Because they are in a much bigger country, right?
Precisely,
Like,
yeah.
The
So-
people you meet are just your people.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in that aspect, yeah, I think Singapore is a great place.
I think with that, Singapore has progressed so far that we are getting more recognized. I think back when I was traveling in 2014 to 2016,
Yeah.
when I tell people I'm from Singapore, they're like, oh, which part of China? Because they just assume
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
Chinese. And then they were like, oh, China. And then you speak English so well. I was like, oh, it's like our language. We operate in English.
Yeah.
But I think from now when I travel and I see I'm from Singapore, they were like, oh, it's a beautiful country. I've been there.
They immediately know.
Yeah.
I think a lot of things that have been happening, like when did it first start? The Singapore F1. That was like one of the major events that really put Singapore on the world map,
Oh, yeah.
because a lot of people watch F1. There's a lot of money involved in that, and there's tourism involved too. And also they brought
Trump.
huge bands like world's class acts to Singapore.
Yeah. And when Trump came to Singapore,
That one I don't know what happened then.
Trump and Kim Jong-un.
yeah.
Oh,
They
yeah,
had
yeah.
The
the
meeting here.
right. Yeah.
Okay, I just finished reading this book called The Psychology of Money.
got
I think
that
it's a
book.
very good book. Yeah, so I think in there there's one point that spoke out also, where basically you set yourself a goalpost and then you try to hit that goalpost, for example, for income, right? When you hit there, naturally you want to aim for a higher target next year, and then with that your goalpost expands. The joy when you attain this second goalpost is not more than when you achieve the first goalpost, because you have put in more effort to hit that extra goal. Right? Then if it just goes on, basically you don't find extra joy from having earned more.
So
But
diminishing
actually,
returns.
yeah, you actually find maybe more pressure, because then it gets harder to hit the next milestones, right? Or maybe it get easier once you have a certain capital flow. Key point there was really to then what is your base goalpost? What is the lifestyle or the amount of money you need or the income that you need to have a lifestyle that you're happy to settle with? Then anything else is bonus. And when you hit that, anything else, you actually feel a sense of thankfulness, gratefulness, and then you really have that joy there. And if you don't, you're still very comfortable because you have covered your base.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in a way, it's also then individuals have to then go to ourselves and ask, what is our base?
To be content with.
Yeah, I mean, must you live in a condo? Must you have a car? Or is a 3-room flat taking public transport is good for you? And if you have a car, what kind of car must it be? How many holidays do you need to have? I think nowadays holidays are basic.
Essential.
So it's
for many
about
Singaporeans.
sustainability. too,
But
then.
but all around the world, I think holidays are still kind of like a treat versus a basic need. So then what is your base?
Yeah.
So this one, only one can answer for yourself.
I think it's ingrained in us, or in most Singaporeans, that we are naturally very hardworking. Hardworking or
No
hustling.
lah.
I don't know.
I think it's maybe an Asian thing. Lah.
Yeah.
I mean, if let's say this kind of lifestyle doesn't suit your ideal, how you deem your life should be led, then naturally there are a lot of Singaporeans who also move overseas to get PR visa overseas. Some even give up Singapore citizenship. For me, there's no one size fit all, and if you're not happy,
Now
nobody's
everybody
stopping
is
you.
moving to Australia.
If you're staying
and
here,
New
then
Zealand.
Everybody's moving to Australia or New Zealand.
a lot in
I have
Melbourne,
a
I see my
lot.
friends.
Of friends there, or like they are taking like a 1 year, 2 year gap, because I think there's like a
Oh, you mean like from studying?
no from work.
From work?
From work, from
Yes.
life. Yeah.
Take a sabbatical from work?
Yeah,
It's
1
like a
2
work
year.
holiday.
Yeah, it's like a work holiday. So they pay you
oh yeah,
to like work at like what, the vineyards or
the
something.
work holiday
Oh.
visa
Ah,
thing.
work
So
holiday
I think you must
visa.
be below 35 or some age
Mm.
I
Yeah.
think to do that. Yeah.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
But I'm 36 already. So.
It's very tempting. But then again, because in Singapore, everybody is so competitive. And also with everyone being on social media nowadays, we compare. Like this guy here keeps posting like Instagram
Wait, are you
posts.
pointing at Wesley
Yes,
right
at Wesley. Keep posting about like mountains and like
I love it. I miss it.
hiking and like things like that. And then I just look at it, I'm like, I want to go too.
Yeah, you
So
see?
then you see, then it's like a ripple effect. Like when I have friends overseas, right, I start saving, oh, they went here, okay, next time I want to go there, this time I want to go here, this time I want to go there. So then it comes to this very
Toxic.
Toxic.
To me,
It's
it's
like you start
motivating.
comparing and then you
Lifestyle.
start trying to strive for more.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean there's a pro and a con there lah.
To me, that is.
It's like shifting your goalpost like that.
Mm.
But to me, that is very
Exactly.
positive thing to work towards too. However, like if it's something not attainable, then it gets stressful lah, because it's something we want but we can't reach there.
Yeah, so like if you really love cars and then you see someone buy a Maserati every week, will you want to reach that kind of
Every
goal?
week. Walao.
Did you join real estate because you see all the real young agents buying cars and
No,
watches?
no.
I don't want
I
Maserati.
don't really care
I want
about
Porsche though. Oof.
I just drive Gecko.
That works. Yeah.
Yeah, but then there are people who join the industry because of that. Because they see their
Definitely.
friends in the industry driving or like staying in these kind of houses, having this kind of lifestyle, and then like, hey, they look them chill, yeah, I also want to join. And then after that, they start asking like, hey, is it really that easy? I'm like,
Oh, I was
Extremely
actually
let down.
curating an Instagram post on the way here to talk about it's really not that easy in real estate.
Yeah.
It's people only post their successes, no one posts their struggles and
yes.
the
But
shit they go through.
That's then that's
crazy.
what everyone sees, and then the general public sees it, and then say, "Oh, that's what a real estate agent is."
Yeah,
like.
and
It's
then
like,
we get
the life is easy. They drive fast cars. They live in landed houses. That's not the case, man.
yeah, it's the fruit of our labor, but people don't see the journey that we go through to get there.
But at the
people
same
just
time, they're
see-
also just seeing like what the top 1% of agents.
0.1%.
Is it even? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very small percentage.
Yeah.
And people think, our money is easy. Then people start to think, oh, maybe we can be paid less because we're earning so
if that
much
was
already.
the case, I wouldn't be living in HDB, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so then that comes the toxicity
Yeah.
of comparing
Social
yourself with others. Yeah, I think that's what social media has been doing as well. Then
Mm.
your vision in your life, you get more stressed out and anxious. You always want something better, something new.
Yeah.
And then that's where things start going
Downward spiral
downhill.
lah.
Yeah.
That's why there's so much like mental issues. Yeah, even for younger kids, like they with achievements or what they have on their CV. Because I think now for school, it's not just about grades. It's about having a portfolio.
Yeah, it's
at like
highly
what 14,
competitive.
15, 16. You gotta think about portfolio. I'm like thinking,
And then like
what
people
CCA?
think like nowadays why are kids so stressed out and things like that. It's like
Yeah.
that's just how it is now. Everybody wants that kind of I'm hiring 20 fresh grads but need 20 years of experience. It's exactly that,
It's a chicken and the egg situation.
Yeah, so that's why kids are learning coding at like what?
Secondary school.
7?
Now. Huh?
So,
7?
yeah. At
The
7,
preschool
what
now
was
they
I
have
doing?
coding classes and they do join competitions for that.
Precisely.
So I think like people our age, we need to step out. If not, we will be like obsolete, man.
Use your skills future.
Yeah, that's why the skills future for us
future
to
feels like a
upgrade ourselves as well.
Older people think, am I there already? Oh no.
Yeah, then like people are like having like mental issues or like just not in the right space of mind.
From the stress.
Space
I
of mind from
think
stress.
the
Yes,
stress,
that's very
yeah.
common.
Social media plays a huge role in that. I mean, the
Yes.
pros and cons is it brings us closer to everything, but then with that it comes the positives and negatives. lah.
Mm.
So if I think mentally you're not strong, then maybe like social media, you should
Get
stay
off
off
social
social
media.
media.
Yes.
Because if you're always comparing and then it's a negative comparison, then
Yeah.
you're not doing you much good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you have to be very cognizant of things when you see like things on social media.
Yeah, I think for the generation now, it's not so much about not having enough information, but it's learning how to
much.
make sense and how to block off certain ones,
Yes.
how to discern which are the because I think there are a lot of fake information or like made up information that are made to be real. Like even a lot of videos and all that, they are actually AI videos and then they are not real.
Yeah.
But people think that it's real, and that's why so many scams are happening as well.
Yeah. I think like the boomer generation and maybe Gen Zs, like they are
Z Alpha.
and
Yeah.
Z Alpha,
Z Alpha. Is that a combo of the two or something?
the newer one, post Gen Z.
Those born in
Yeah.
2003.
Oh, so it's not a combo. You're just saying like Gen Z and Gen Alpha. Okay.
Yeah, I think these are the generations who they may not be able to discern what is real and what's not. And they take everything as it is. I'm not saying the entire generation is like that. But then
Okay.
the youngest one and the oldest ones are like that.
The gap
I
is
feel.
too big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's switch gears and talk about what we love to do outside of work and what are you guys passionate about and what keeps you motivated, whether like in life or, you always have something to look forward to.
I like climbing mountain, specifically alone.
Okay. Wow. Okay. That's so specific.
Yeah, so I don't like to travel, I don't like to hike in groups or with anyone else because I think the whole process is a lot of self-reflection, like healing. It's very spiritual. I don't even buy into that. But every
Right.
time I go through that, it's like, it just heals my soul.
Okay.
Yeah, like I get so much peace and you just take in all the noise, the nature.
Mm.
And then I feel like, I feel so at peace. I can just die here, like right now. yeah. No,
If
it's
your
really
knees,
that.
if your knees give way,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
you're
you
like,
might really have to cannot come down.
Yeah, no. So to me, it's that whole hiking journey. Whether it takes 8 hours, 12 hours, it sucks after that because knee pain, back pain, like what y'all say. But I think the whole process
The experience.
and just being so small in Mother Nature and to see like how beautiful everything is, it's just crazy.
It
Like
puts your life in perspective.
Yeah.
Like
What's the most beautiful hike you've done?
I would say in Switzerland and
yes.
I can
And,
imagine.
yeah,
The Swiss Alps.
I've been to Switzerland like 4 or 5 times. But I think the most emotional moment was the first time I traveled after circuit breaker and everything. It was in Japan. It was a solo drive. I drove out of the tunnel. Then the scenery was so freaking beautiful. I was like, why my eyes are wet? Then I started like,
Oh,
yeah. So I
Are
started
you
driving
serious?
and then like the tears just come. I was like, this is me, man.
damn.
Yeah.
Then I started recording myself like crying. Then yeah.
Can you please insert the clip?
Wait,
I
did you
don't even
post
get-
this? Because I never saw that.
I never posted. I was like, I've never this emotional. Then I was like, I think I've been like holding in all my travels and like so stressed
Damn.
because I did 2 years of pastry and then I came into real estate for 1 year plus before
Mm.
I started traveling. So that journey, it was so crazy beautiful. And I think I was just like cooped out in Singapore.
Man, that's intense.
Yeah, I
That's
didn't
why
never
holiday-
experience. Correct. It takes away
It's-
like all like your stress and pressure.
Mm.
That's why it's essential.
Yeah, so you need that in your life.
Like my hobbies, it revolve around like gadgets, technology, and I'm into gaming.
Mm.
Yeah, I do a Twitch stream with friends and stuff. Right,
Oh yeah, I saw that.
build my PC, play video games, spend time with friends. We like to do board game nights and stuff. So I think maybe my hobbies and my own time and stuff like revolves around spending time with those who I feel really close to. Yeah. So in this case, my closest friends.
Mm.
So I think nowadays, I think what I like to do more of, and I think what I enjoy going back to is actually reading more. Because I realized, with work and with all the phone and internet technology, everything, I haven't really been reading when I used to enjoy reading
Same.
very much when we
Unplugging.
were much younger. And I think there's a lot of interesting insights and growth to be found when you start reading again. It could be anything from fiction books to like self-help books or non-fictional books. So yeah, there's something that I find joy in. It's not easy to actually find time to read.
Yeah, to sit
I
down
have
and
to
just
say.
read, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think your perspective change as well as you age. I mean, the different age or different stage in life, when you read the exact same thing,
Yeah.
you get different perspective.
Mm.
Yeah. So
Then-
reading the books you like again, I think you will learn new things as well.
Correct. Then also, like you guys, like we're meeting up with friends, especially old friends that you really don't have that much time to catch up with. I think there's a sense of like familiarity when you meet up with people who you have known from a long time ago, and things doesn't change. So I think that's very rewarding for me now. So it sounds quite boring, but I find it very satisfying, fulfilling.
Yeah, fulfilling.
Yeah.
For me, different seasons in life, I have different things that I like to do. Yeah.
Different seasons in life.
In life.
Life
yeah.
seasons.
So there was a period of time whereby I really loved the jewel painting thing. So like you got these like little beads and then you paste whatever.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
You
Yeah,
make-
try
you
that.
make
There
jewelry.
was
After
one point of time I really loved
20
that. There
minutes.
was one point of time I really loved jigsaw puzzles. There was one point of time I really loved reading. There was one point of time I really loved gaming. So I think for me it's as long as I'm happy, I can find a new hobby all the time. Yeah, so I think
What's your
something
latest?
that
What's
I
your latest?
really want to do, I really want to start cooking more after I move.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, and then I want to start living like an adult. I don't even know. I don't know.
Well,
I
That
can give you
makes
opportunity.
sense.
I will be at your place every Monday,
No,
Wednesday,
no, no,
Friday
no,
to
no,
eat your
that's
food.
not what I mean. But
cook
like,
out. We have a cook out.
I feel like I don't have structure in my life, and I don't feel like an adult. I don't know. Like I feel like adults have their shit together.
Even at third,
Yeah.
how old am I? Even at 29, I don't feel like I got my
Hold
shit
on a
together.
But
second.
I want to have my
Adulting
shit
never
together.
ends. Really,
I want to have my. I want to have like a.
More shit together.
Yeah, I want to have no. I want to be more productive in a day. Like I don't want it to just be like wake up, think about work. I want it to be like, oh, I'm gonna try this new recipe today. I'm gonna like try to do this today, try to do that today. So try something new every week or so, and then like try to expand my experiences and my horizon. I think that's something that I really want to do.
Good for
That is
you.
my kind of hobby.
That is
As long
good.
as I'm happy, it's something that I do that makes me happy, then that will be my new hobby. Until I'm no longer as happy as when I first started it, and then I move on. Does that make sense?
It does. It does.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's very
so,
good. Very good thought to have.
Yeah, I think that's something like when I was young, when I watched Barbie, right, having like, I don't know what, 30, 60 different like job roles. I don't know. That was something that I really
Multi-talented.
wanted to do. I wanted to try a little bit of everything. Yeah, that is
Okay.
that's one thing I want to do.
So now you're in Barbie cooking mode. Okay.
Yeah. Does that make sense? Yeah, sure.
Okay, just have us over.
Maybe one day Barbie astronaut mode.
Oh.
No lah, kidding. Just watch space videos.
But you were saying like you want to become like more adult now. You want to have more structure in
Yes.
life. I really don't think there's such a thing as being an adult. I feel like I'm, I don't know, 16 years old pretending to be an adult. you know?
Yeah,
The only difference is I got more money in my pocket, but I have less time to do
Yeah,
anything.
I just felt it yesterday as well. As I read a post, which I think I shared on my IG story. I don't know if you all saw. It says that the past you would, the version of you now is the past you, your younger self
Yeah.
wanting to be. So
Yeah.
in a way, like, give yourself a pat on the back as to how far you've come. And
Yeah.
because I think actually then our parents know what they are doing even at this age. Because you're only at that age or age group, age range once, and every time you get there, it's a new, phase in life.
Yeah.
So everyone is actually doing life just once. So how much shit can we actually get together? Yeah.
That's all the time we have for today, but this podcast will be airing every week here with Wesley, Shannon, Nicole, and myself, Fraser. Whether you're watching or listening on whatever platform, please drop a like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to get in touch with any of us individually, our social media links can be found in the description. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next episode.